fine print you got to read. But if you enjoy wine, there is a private in-home wine sampling extravaganza of some sort that was donated from, I believe it's PRP Wine International.
Nice.
So it's like an organization that does a lot of this kind of stuff. My understanding is they send you wine to the house, and then if you're in certain, so I think they have certain counties in the country that people live in that are like their people or whatever. And then if they live in those counties, they'll come to your house and do it. If not, they'll send it to you and do a virtual wine tasting experience. So if you want to just try out some random wines from that is one thing as well. So
I like that idea.
That rain barrel kit, rain barrel also comes with the gutter attachment kit too,
Really?
Tony. So, yep.
I mean, that's just smart. Whoever invented the rain barrel idea. I mean, it's very simple. You could have put a bucket underneath it and still
just catch some water.
Yeah, just catch some water.
I mean, the last 2 weeks we've had enough rain to fill up a bunch of buckets. So
no kidding.
Walmart gift cards up to $90. Obviously, that's valued at $100. Chick-fil-A, those are kind of all over the range. They've got one as high as 17 and one as low as 12. But those are free kids meal, free value meal, and a free sandwich, all from Chick-fil-A right there on the south side. We have a second Dean's Auto Detail Shop. I know we had one early on that was picked up, and then they also told us that they would do a second one later on. So that bid is still low, but there's at lot 108. That one is still collecting bids. And then we got to go back to lot 100, Corbo. You know what's lot 100?
I'm looking.
Lot 100 happens to be.
Oh yes, my son wants this.
He does.
He does.
So the broadcast with Quarter with Tony in the crew during our Concord game.
You'll be featured our game of the week against Concord, and so I mean, it may be a quarter, maybe 2 quarters, a whole half. If you're having fun with us, then that's what we'll do. We'll do whatever. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you'll be part of the broadcast crew, and it's going to be fun.
And then if you're interested in the idea of broadcasting, this could be your first opportunity.
That's right.
I'm sure it's recorded, right? And
that's right.
If you want to get your tape out and get it to other organizations to get your name out there, this could be the start.
There you go. I love where you're going with this, man.
If you got a future in it. CJ DeLee's angle grinder is at $65 right now. CJ wants to buy an angle grinder. Him and Carter Bush were talking about.
Of course they do.
Yeah. So your cooler wagon that you talked about.
Oh yeah.
$40. I mean, those are retail probably over $100, right?
They're mine was like 90 something.
Okay. So
you're getting a deal so far.
Half price. Yeah. The Plymouth Gear Bowen package is at $70. Let's see what else we got on here. Some Sensi products. The Fitness Forum at Lifeplex is donating some personal training sessions, a family swim pass, and some tanning sessions. Those are all real low right now. So I think people are either just waiting or they're not really sure what that all entails. But either way, those are great deals.
Family pool pass for the park. That's only $17 right now. That's a steal right there.
Mm-hmm. Case of Coke a month for the year is up to $75. We've got some haircuts from Tony's Haircut. That's only at $9, a $25 gift certificate there. Wings, etc. They've got a T-shirt, looks like some koozies, a bucket, and $30 wing bucks is only at $16. The Culver pontoon rental is at $90. The cheesecake from La Dessert is at $27.50. I have no idea what a 8.5-inch cheesecake cost.
From La Dessert, let me tell you, it's far worth more than what the bids are at right now.
Yeah, and
I can promise you that.
My understanding is you could pick the flavor you want too. Is my understanding. Really? I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me, but I think that was part of the agreement.
Well worth the bid that you make.
Yeah, the FH Decks and Landscaping has done a fertilization application. I think that is up to $180. So again, I think people are understanding that is a hot bid. And then you and Troyer, the athletic department, donated 2 all sports passes, and then it looks like a blanket. That one's up to $140. Oh, Robert, holy cow, you see Robert's bid?
Mayor of the day?
Mayor of the day. So we should have had Robert stick around for a minute or two. Someone is really interested in hanging out with Robert for a day. That bid is up to $75. I mean, hey, like,
he's popular, man. Though
he is.
Who wouldn't want to hang out with Robert?
Now, I hope they realize. I think it's just hanging out with Robert. I think he pays for lunch for him as well.
I believe he takes him out for lunch.
So he'll take him out to lunch and
if not, he's going to now.
That's what say. Yeah,
too bad, Robert. We
didn't have a choice now.
We just offered that up for you, But so that's awesome. That really is kind of a cool, and that's one thing I think's been a staple with the auction over the last however many years that we've done this.
This Booster Club coupon book is only at $5. I'm telling you right now, our Booster Club makes the best food. Mm-hmm. Coach Skirvin grills it. I mean, they got the best hamburgers, I think, in town. Mm-hmm. Is our Booster Club.
Man, he takes pride in that grilling of his.
He does. He's a little busy on Friday nights.
A little bit.
He's helping out with us, obviously. But I do know that the burgers that he buys to make sure that they're good to go will be fully stocked for a Friday night home game. So that coupon book is all 6 varsity home games. You will get a meal deal, which I believe a meal deal is a drink. Maybe it's just a sandwich and chips. But either way,
meal deal is a sandwich, chips, and I believe a drink.
So the 3, I mean, that's probably at least $10 or $12, and you get 6 of those for the year. So someone's waiting on that one, I think, waiting to get their bid in at the last minute. Adirondack chair has been hanging out around a 140 from Pollywood. 4 rounds of Pretty Lake Golf Course, 85. The swivel chair for your garage workshop is at $18. The charcuterie board we talked about from Gather and Graze is at $130. Jen Hunter's photography package, she's donating a $50 certificate for photography. That's only at $25. And then the Culver's meals, those are slowly creeping up. But again, Culver's is great, but it's not super cheap. So 2 free value meals, 2 free kids meals, and 2 free 1 scoops over there at Culver's. So. Christos, those ones are right around value. They're a $30 gift certificate right now, selling for $27.50. And finally, the Morris Inn has increased. Some people are putting their bids in. It's still cheap, but it's $105 to stay at the Morris Inn, which we looked at retail is probably $300 to $400
that's
a
going
night.
to be one that's going to boost on Thursday.
I think so. I do. I really do. Pilot News, their subscription, they donate 3-month subscriptions at $25. And I believe they have a 6-month subscription in there as well that I just haven't located. But either way, that's kind of the gist. You got any more over there, Corbin? No. The Cub Suite, $20 tickets to the August 22nd game. Excuse me. 4 parking passes, 4 tickets to hang out in the suite. That was donated by U.S. Granules.
Yeah.
So they do that almost every year, I believe, and that's really cool to give up a Thursday night game. For us, so we really appreciate that. So yeah.
So we got you just need to go to Oakcrest Auctions, and click on the ROckie auction and see for yourself where the bid's at. I encourage you to do it often, and maybe you want to set the bar and to assure that you're going to get what you want.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to do that. I saw you guys were out this morning.
Well, not us.
Was it not you?
Not us.
Okay.
We give them Tuesdays
off.
off.
That was boys soccer.
That was boys soccer?
Yeah.
So when we had practice
we did last night. Right? We had a really good turnout last night. So we go late on Mondays to give them the opportunity to, if they're on vacation for the weekend or they got tournaments and stuff like that, they're getting back late for. Oh, okay. So we don't meet up until about 3 o'clock on Monday evenings, but it was good. We had close to, what do we think, mid-70s, 70, 75 guys.
About 70.
Nice.
And all padded up, helmets and shoulder pads on. And we were on the game field, which is always nice to be on the turf, we were on the grass with graduation last week, so it was nice to be back on the turf and had a really good session. We're gearing up. We got a 7-on-7 tournament this Thursday. We actually just got our schedule yesterday with that. We're going to see some really good competition. We talked about it, but our first 4 pool play games. So we're in a pool, and then you play everyone in your pool, and then we'll get seeded out from there, depending on the record in the pool, into a bracket. So it'll be a long day. It'll be a busy day, but we'll see. We'll actually see Yorktown, which is down south in Muncie there, Leo High School. We'll see Fort Wayne Southside, and we'll see actually a conference rival of ours, Northwood. So we'll see four really good schools in our pool, and then we'll seed out from there. I believe the other schools on the other side were Huntington North, Homestead, Fort Wayne Snyder, and I forget the other one. There was 4 others on the other side of the bracket. So some really good competition, some 5A, 6A schools, as well as us in the 4A. There's a couple 4As with us, but the kids are excited. Like I said, so we had a really good session yesterday evening, kind of gearing up for that. So that'll be a varsity only event. So the JV and freshman guys will stay around. They'll have lifting and they'll have practice on Thursday, just like a normal Thursday. And then the varsity team will be up in Fort Wayne and Homestead. Yeah,
it's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm getting into that mode.
Yeah.
So I'm ready, to say the least. I know you guys probably aren't. You're 24/7, but I'm ready for it, to say the least. Corby, you're an athletic director now, an assistant athletic director, and so you've been part of this. You've been part of Plymouth football as a player, and as assistant coach, and now as an assistant athletic director. How important are fundraisers and auctions like this to the program?
They're huge. I said it last week. We are very blessed to be in a community that is willing to help and donate our student athletes. These fundraisers, pay for summer transportation, help us pay for equipment upgrades, but also helps pay for kids that, some families are, less unfortunate, and every penny counts. So for those kids, we still want them to be able to participate and be a part of a team and, live a better life and have fun with their friends. So these fundraisers help us, help support those kids, and it's great. We got a couple kids that sometimes need help here and there, and, having these fundraisers with the money that our community helps us with, it helps pay for those things. So it's great.
Well, and it's also important to understand, and you parents are going to understand what I'm going to say next. Your kids are in a vulnerable time in their life where having someone other than mom and dad in their life is very, very crucial.
It is.
And if you're a family that is struggling, take heart knowing the fact you got people that care about your child and know that they're promoting team unity to get your child outside of their box or meet new friends. This is life lesson stuff. It's more than just a fundraising. Football's more than just a fundraising. Football is life, and I know it's kind of overused at times, but stop and think about it. It's a chance for your child to mature with other kids his age. It's a chance for your child to get outside their box. Maybe the aspirations were to play football, but they never took a step in doing that in the junior high, and here we are.
Yeah, we've got a couple kids that this is the first year they're playing as freshmen and sophomores, and they told me like, "Hey, I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how it worked." I'm like, "Just show up, bud. Yeah, show up. We'll figure it out." Kind of one of those things. So it's obviously the door is always open. We've got 90 plus guys. What's another 5, 10? We get to 100. We got the equipment now. We've slowly built that. In the last 2 years, we didn't. When I got here, we only had about 55 helmets, and during that year, Rydell was not building or selling any new ones, so we were running across the whole state of Indiana trying to find helmets at the time.
Right.
But we've got a little bit of a cushion now, so yeah, it's the more the merrier. Absolutely.
And it's about setting foundations for future kids too. And like I said, it's this fundraiser is a bigger picture than just raising money for the football program. It's raising money for the kids.
Yeah.
And we can't lose sight of that. And I that's why when you guys allowed us to be part of it this year, I wanted to make sure people understood this. And because I get to see, because I'm blessed, because you guys are so kind enough to let me watch practices. I see you guys work on kids. I see you guys, if they make a mistake, you let them know, but you're right back on the next play when they have to make a play, you're praising them, and you guys are effort coaches, and you've always been effort coaches. That's why it's fun to be on the ROckie football team, even when it's been struggling wins and loss wise the last few years. And to you guys as a coaching credit, you decided to say, screw the records, let's see where our kids are with heart. And then you promoted it. And now the kids, and just again having your seniors in this past week, and so they're showing that, and they're showing how they can be leaders. So you guys are teaching life lessons on top of the X and O's. And it's a difficult thing to do because you're dealing with teenagers.
Sure.
Either they buy in or they don't. But when you show that you're a family, you've got your brother's back, listen, all things are possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's happening now, because I'm excited for you guys this year. I think you're going to do some damage, which is the mindset you need to be at.
Absolutely.
In this group.
Absolutely.
Anything else before we get out of here?
I don't think so, man. We're gonna try to get in. Like I said, we're in today or tomorrow and Thursday. We'll try to get at least another couple players in, maybe a coach or two in. And like I said, we appreciate you allowing us to do this. It's a fun time.
It is.
I know the kids that have enjoyed it. The kids that have come in, a couple of our seniors that have stopped in, we're like, oh, that was cool, and that kind of stuff. So they do appreciate it as well. And obviously, all of our people that have donated, we don't thank them. We'll thank them again tomorrow. We'll thank them again Thursday because obviously we couldn't do any of this without them.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that. And then, but yeah.
All right. Well, if you just tuned in, we've got the full auction update here with the coaches on our Max 98.3 Facebook page. So we'll get that to that page here in just a little bit. Otherwise, you can also watch it on our YouTube channel at Max 98.3 stream ! Coach Corbett, Coach Hanley, thank you guys. We love you to death, man. Thank you for everything you do for our kids. All right, we are back to wrap it up after this.